A private company could soon be operating Nashville's parking meters by September. The mayor's office wants fast approval for a deal it says is worth $300 million to the city. But investigative reporter Ben Hall reveals we'll all be paying for it with higher rates and thousands of new meters.
We've seen a lot of change, but I think it's good that we're still here.
Rotiers has stayed the same, even as the city around it has boomed.
We have always had sort of a parking issue at our restaurant. There's not any.
Kahila Gann has worked at the famous burger place for 20 years.
So what kind of cheese do you like?
And says parking has always been a problem. But Metro's deal to award the rights to a private company could take away free parking near Rotiers and on streets like it all across the city.
We already have people complain about parking anyway, so I think that might just add to the list.
The plan would also replace old meters like the ones directly in front of Rotiers with more modern technology that allows people to pay on their phones.
Well, I think the city could definitely modernize its parking.
Councilman at large Bob Mendez says he supports updating Metro's meters, but he's concerned by how quickly Metro wants to close a deal with a private company to plug holes in its budget.
The speed that we're doing this raises red flags.
Metro is in the process of hammering out a 30-year deal with LAZ Parking, valued at $300 million. The city will get $34 million up front. In exchange, LAZ can put in thousands of new metered spots. Metro has also agreed to increase metered parking rates by 25 cents an hour, more than double fines from $11 to $25, and extend the hours you must pay until 10 p.m., even on Sundays, which are now free.
And I do think we are going to be asked to vote on it quickly.
The mayor has already asked the all-volunteer Parking and Traffic Commission to approve raising rates.
As you can see, it's a pretty tight schedule, pretty aggressive.
But one member said she felt rushed to approve the rate increases as the mayor tries to get the contract approved before the end of June and the start of the new fiscal year.
I was not personally prepared, knowledge-wise, to really offer the vote that I did offer.
Short-term gain for the city and long-term loss for the taxpayers' pockets.
Metro currently makes $1.5 million a year from its parking system. But Councilman Steve Glover says our on-street parking system will need to bring in 10 times that amount to pay for this deal.
Somebody's getting shafted here, and the bottom line is it's the taxpayers of Nashville.
One of the big questions is how many new meters Metro is intending to add. After we reported that Metro's solicitation included maps showing new meters could pop up in neighborhoods across the city, the mayor's office downplayed the idea. They sent this letter to council members stating that new meters would not necessarily be added to areas like Germantown and Five Points. And although they didn't rule it out, they did say, we believe the current system could be expanded by as many as 2,000 metered spaces, primarily downtown. But bidders were told a different story. The city's request for proposal, or RFP, told bidders the on-street parking system could be expanded by as many as 4,500 metered spaces, and advises bidders they should take into consideration the potential additional meter spaces when responding to this solicitation.
Right now, yeah, there's different data points. There's what's in the RFP, there's what's in the promotional materials we've gotten from the mayor's office.
The city must now hammer out a deal with LAZ Parking and hopes to get it approved by the Parking Commission on May 13th.
The devil's in the details, and we don't have the details.
Details include things like ending free parking on Sundays. Although no study was done indicating a need to start charging on Sundays, city consultants told the Parking Commission charging on Sundays would make us more like peer cities, including Denver. But we discovered parking is still free on Sundays in Denver. And major cities like Boston, Atlanta, Seattle, New Orleans, Austin, and Indianapolis all allow free parking on Sundays. Ben Hall, News Channel 5 investigates.